So I'm getting ready to post a picture of a couple of people. And one of the reasons why I said I was going to do this is because, I told you guys how it is when I go asking for help or whatever within the system, and how people have infiltrated the system in order to create barriers and hindrances for me. So one of the issues that I go through is when I go in to register for some of these programs or some of these agencies or whatever the case is, they will send people, agents. I call them agents, period. Like, they want to move like, they like to move like a group. So I say, okay, well, when you have a group, everybody is considered agents of the movement, I guess. So, they'll drop hints and lugs, and they'll say little shit under their breath. But I remember my mom going through the same exact thing. This is one of the reasons why I said me speaking about my experiences being a targeted individual growing up. It, for some odd reason, it's like it collided with my experience as an adult. And I think that whatever this situation is that has, tried to overtake me during these recent years, it happened to my mom. So that's what I'm talking about when I say generational curses and things like that. So this is something that I specifically do not need in my life, but I know that it's being done intentionally because people are like, okay, well, if you do get help, let's say this. Somebody comes into town and say they dump, I don't know, a couple $100,000 to maybe $1 million or something like that into a town because they're trying to keep track of what I'm doing. People, you're not that important. What you have to say is not important. You're just saying a bunch of nothing and this and that and this and that. How about you just not listen to what I have to say in the beginning? If you feel like what I have to say is of no value to you, then move the fuck on. Because that's what I would do. If I feel like somebody is not giving me anything that can feed my soul, then I will not. I promise you. I will not listen to that person. I won't listen to them. I won't watch them. There's nothing they can say to convince me because I'm like, no, you're not good for my soul. So therefore, why the fuck would I give a fuck about what you have to say? That part. The thing about it is that what I have to say is uplifting to people. What I have to say is of value. What I have to say is important. Okay, so a lot of people, they will be like, they're looking for a reason to shade what I have going on and what I have to say and what I have to contribute. But this is the thing, you guys. I'm not interested in being anybody's stepchild. Okay, and that's no offense to anybody else. But I'm going to just keep it real with you. I'm not interested in being anybody's stepchild, okay? So let me put my bag down real quick. I walked out of the place. I may or may not say something, but I walked out of a place because people are too nosy. People are too nosy, and people are not confidential. And these programs that are being set up within within where I'm at, these programs are rigged. They're rigged so that they can get my information. They're rigged so that they can get my social security number, so they can get my copies of my ID, so they can get copies of my information. They want to get, whatever little answers to their questions so that they can start building some form of informal criteria. But it's an illegal way to do something illegal. Setting up a fake ass program, perhaps even a nonprofit, and targeting an individual. That is what we're dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. These are the kind of programs that have targeted not just me, but my children so that they can get copies of birth certificates. I think I put up on my YT account at, what is it? IATB 100 on YT. I remember putting that up. I think it was called The Mysterious Caller or something like that. I think it was called that. It was that series. The picture is me with a gate behind me, I believe, and I'm wearing my signature glasses. And so anyway, so, somebody, I had went through the county, and the county decided that they were going to like order an informal copy of my, or unofficial copy of my birth certificate. And I'm like, why would you need that? I already have the copy. All you had to do was ask me for it. Well, I suspect that there are people working within that program that have the power or the authority, or both, to order an unofficial copy of my birth certificate. Whereas they didn't need to do that. They could have just asked me and I had a copy. But the fact that they did it independently and they thought I wasn't going to know, it was kind of like, oh, you're trying to get my identity. So somebody passed by me the other day. I can't remember exactly who it was, but they passed by me the other day and they said something along the lines of, yeah, there are a lot of people trying to steal people's identities now, and we have to be careful because people be trying to steal our identities. And I said, well, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's not. I feel like personally, like even when I hop online and stuff like that, I feel like personally, these people, whoever they are, they're taking on the persona of familiar faces so that people don't know who it really is. That's what I feel. Okay. That's one. And two, I feel like being way too comfortable with trying to gather people's information, tap people's phones, intercede people's phone calls, things like that, intercept people's phone calls and things like that. It's ridiculous. I was on the phone. Remember I said I had to apply for unemployment. So I was on the phone to check on the status of that because remember, the status at this point would be, I think we're almost 3 weeks in, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're about 3 weeks from that point, right? And so I said, well, go call, check the status of it, see what's going on. You haven't received anything in the mail. I was forced to fax everything in, you guys, because it didn't work out. The call was completely bogus. So I had to fax everything in. I had to take copies of my ID and fax it in, the whole nine, right? So like old school fax, for real old school fax, right? Like y'all know what I'm talking about when they make that AOL sound from back in the day, that. And so I was like, okay, so I know it's going to take a while, but let me see. So that's what I'm doing right now and a lot of people are like, oh, she's not doing anything and this and that. I'm like, stop giving a fuck about what I'm doing. Like, I have a YouTube channel specifically to document my journey and to talk about how I feel about what I'm going through and what I've gone through. And there are certain projects that I do have that I'm working on in the midst of my struggle, in the midst of what I'm going through. Okay, so instead of you doing what you're doing, if you don't have anything uplifting to say, then don't say shit to me because I don't need it. Okay, it's already enough that I'm going through what I'm going through. So, so back to my children. So yes, they'll do things like that. They, will have somebody working at the school so that they can have something going on, so they can get an inside scoop on what's going on with the kids at the school. It's too much and not enough at the same damn time. Okay? And that's literally my philosophy at this point when it comes to this. It's too much and not enough at the same damn time. Let's see what else we got here. So it has become very clear to me that these programs that are meant for people who are in need they're rigged, and they're all a part of a setup to pretty much get me caught up in some shit or closely monitor me or whatever the case is. I wish somebody would speak up and say something. And then on top of that, let me say this as well. It's become very clear too to me that whatever it is that you all have done, you have sent out some community memo, group memo, something like that, and you've most definitely taken me out the chat. Okay, and you have arranged for whenever someone sees me anywhere, they are taking pictures of me and they are sending text messages. Let me tell you something. I have gotten to the point where I have gotten so upset at people that I damn near have snatched a bitch's phone, smooth out her goddamn hand just so I can get the goddamn number. I'm that fucking tired of the shit. So, I am asking you to stop. Another thing that's happening is when I go somewhere, there will be people that will come into the vicinity of where I am. It used to be a lot more aggressive in the beginning. This has been happening for years now. But it used to be really, really aggressive in the beginning. I'll be online on my phone. Somebody will bring their asses close to where I'm at. And all of a sudden, my internet goes off. The call will drop or something like that, right? The problem with that is, thank you, sorry, I got my mask on under here. It's all up and through here, y'all. It's all up and through here. So give me a second here. But see, you see it's sticking. I know, but I had to do it, you guys, because we're coming up on the 7-day mark. So I got to get the most out of my mask, right? I did do like a nice little steam earlier, but I didn't put any moisturizer on. Y'all see my eyebrows still looking rough, honey, but she's still in the midst of the challenge. It's funny because I think that people think because I'm going through what I'm going through that it's like, why do you even care? Why are you caring about your looks? Why do you care about that? Why are you not thinking about this? You need to be trying to take care of your kids. You need to be doing, and I'm like, Lord, a lot of people have a lot of shit to say, and you motherfuckers don't even know me or anything about my life. The only thing that you truly, truly do know is that you've been watching me illegally for a while, for longer than you should have been. Okay? So let me get these people a minute. So see, look, we got a cute little dog. He's so cute. Oh, he's adorable. But you see how that goes? It's like people just come up and they have like little things going on. Like, what the fuck is it? What is it with this dog walking situation? What is that? What is it with the dog walking situation? Is there something that somebody wants to say about my best friend of 20-something odd years back in the day? We're not friends anymore. She used to say that. She's a fighter. And she used to say that a lot. And I said, oh, somebody's talking about, it's kind of like, I think dog walking is kind of like mollywopping. I think. I'm not a fighter, so I don't know. But it could mean the same thing. Let me take a moment because I don't want to put these people on here, but sing here.
3 or 4 years ago, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because see, when they say yeah, that means like, yeah, we're a part of the group that's here to hurt you. Like we're a part of the group that is here to stalk you. So they overuse the word yeah a lot. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for everybody. Whenever, I'm waiting for whomever else to come. Because it doesn't matter. It could be where I could be in like a little corner somewhere and they'll find a way to send somebody in my space. Okay? They'll find a way to have someone like contribute to the harassment. They'll find a way. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's time to start identifying people then. I done got tired of y'all with this bullshit. That's all it is. Because it's so unnecessary. And, it's like, oh, well, the hit is on. The go-ahead has been given to do whatever. And I said, okay, well, that's not going to make me move no faster. It's not going to make me go anywhere that I'm not supposed to be going. It's not going to stop me from going anywhere that I want to go. So whenever that happens, it happens. But I'm not going to be fearful living my life out here. I'm so sorry if you feel that way. If you feel like I'm supposed to be like running around like, oh my God. Like, baby, I'm sorry. I can't give you that. You can't, like I told my cousin on the phone, and you guys heard on that phone when I talked to him, I knew he was involved. I was perfectly aware that he was involved. Okay, and that's some family shit that he should have stayed his ass. Because of him, he wanted to get back because of some family shit, but he should have stayed out of this. He shouldn't have got involved in this. But yes, I know he's involved. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that it's not just about people being honest and, I want people to be transparent and I want people to be respectful. And it's not just about that. It's about people honestly saying, you know what? That shit ain't right. And I shouldn't be a part of that. I'm going to back up from this. You get what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want no parts in that. Because I know that the reason that this woman is being targeted the way she is because someone in particular dropped a bag on her head for a frivolous ass reason, for a reason that it makes absolutely no sense. Someone targeted her family, and someone has targeted her specifically for a reason unbeknownst to her or anyone else. It's just because whatever. And all of this here, this all came right along with what happened to my mother, and I'm gonna find out what the fuck is behind it. Because if I have to adjust the way that I live my life because there's someone who wants to repeatedly or repeat some generational curse for me and my family because they just want to be entertained, no, we're not here for your entertainment. We're not here for your entertainment. And I watched my mama go through way too motherfucking much for me not to look into what it is that you're doing. I don't care how many gangs come against me. It is what it is. I'm going to be as respectful as possible because that's how I'm made. That's who I am in general. But when it comes down to my family and what has happened to my family and what has ruined dreams in my family, that shit is personal. That shit is personal. We're not talking about social media. We're not talking about that. We're talking about targeting my family, targeting my children, targeting my mother, targeting my grandmother. We're talking about trying to deliberately put your hands in an operation that was meant or designed to ruin the people in my family for some crazy reason that is unbeknownst to me. So yes, I'm going to feel away. Okay? But on a more positive note, I'm getting ready to take my ass over here and go have me some cake, honey, because I have got me some cake. It's a nice little vegan cake too. It's really nice, and it's vanilla bean and the whole nine. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna go have me some of that, honey, and because I just came off my little cleanse and everything, and I said to myself, I was like, child, let me go ahead and chill for a second. So that's what I'm gonna do. But all of the shit, I'm just sick of it. And to really be honest, it's not about it being my world, because it's not. It's about it being a situation where somebody decided that they wanted to, create this bullshit around me to keep me distracted from going for my goals. That is the problem. That is a serious issue. Hold on, I'm not going to go this way. I know which way I can go. I'm going to go this way. I've gotten upset because, once again, this situation has caused, this situation has caused me a great deal And the fact that I have to live the way that I'm living, specifically because somebody decided that they wanted to flood the system with fucking agents, basically to use up all of the resources, you guys. That's what it is. It's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we got resources available for people in her situation, so why don't we just get a whole bunch of people together, hire them, and give them her story, and then that way they can go in, falsely qualify, and take up all of the resources from the person who has the real issue. And we know she has the real issue. We know she's telling the truth. How do we know she's telling the truth? Because we put her in that position. We put her in that shit. We know she's going through it because we put her there. So that's why. Oh my God, this is the cutest little triplex. Oh my goodness. I have never seen something so adorable. It's so charming. All right, you guys, I have to go. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do. I'm going to post this, and I need to get myself back over here. So, yeah, I was following up on a lead. Just in case you guys want to know, I was following up on a lead for resources to help me in my situation. Because I don't have not $1 to my daggone name. I don't have $1. Not one. So anybody who's been making money off of content that I've been making, I haven't received anything from it. And if you were wondering, that's your confirmation. All right. So I was following up on the lead so I could do what I needed to do. That is a nice color. My goodness. I was following up on the lead so I could do what I needed to do and see about myself. And unfortunately, it just seems like it's just such an issue. But that's okay, because that's how it is, you know? You just look so jovial walking around, so peaceful. Look at you. I know he's an agent. He knows I know too. That's why I just looked at him like, I know, right? He was like, oh gosh. Yes. So there's supposed to be a tracking device attached to me. Somebody had said something about that. A tracking device attached to me or something like that. I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, I love it. Bird of paradise, but it doesn't have any flowers on it yet. I love walking around here. This is the cutest little neighborhood. It's so cute. Are these lemons? I think so. Oh no, they're what do you call those? Little tangerines or whatever. Cute little tree. You know what's really funny is I always think about that. I always think about like, okay, so when is it actually okay to pick fruit from someone else's tree? Personally, I think if the tree is over the sidewalk and the fruit is on the tree that's over the sidewalk, I think that's okay. But when you see that the tree is like, it's in someone's yard or whatever, don't go into people's yard picking off their tree. That's so rude. Unless, of course, you knock on the door and ask them first. That's how I taught my children. Like, you can knock on them people's door and ask them if you can, pick their the apples or whatever off their tree. Because it is tempting when you see it. It is tempting. Like, ooh, a lemon tree. Oh, because I used to have a lemon tree. And I loved my lemon tree, by the way. But somebody... And I love lemons. So I would literally, when I tell you, I use lemons for everything. Okay. I use it on my skin. I use it in my bath water. I use it in my foot soaks. I use it when I cook. I use it when I clean. Like, I use lemons for everything. Right. And honey, I was renting a house out in Napa, and we were out there for a long while, actually. And I had the cutest little lemon tree. It was like a little miniature lemon tree. I'm 5'8", so it came up to about right here to me, right? So cute. And then I watched it grow into being like super abundant. I came home one day and somebody had picked all my damn lemons off my tree. I was so mad because once again, I use lemons for everything, right? And so somebody had came and picked all my lemons up. And I was just so like, who the fuck would do something like that? And it was the way that the tree was positioned. It was literally inside of my yard. You had to come in my fence. You had to open my gate, go into my damn yard, and you had to get my damn, you had to take, thank you. You had to climb the tree, not climb the tree, but you had to get in the tree because I had already picked all of the ones that were convenient, right? And so, child, you had to get up in the tree. They got up in my damn tree. I said, oh, wow, the nerve. So that is one of the reasons why when I see fruit trees and stuff like that, child, the first thing I say is, I hope don't nobody go in them people's yard and take the fruit off their tree. You knock on their door and ask, or you'll know that it's okay for you to get the fruit off of their tree if some people like me have an old school mindset. They take a little time on a Sunday, they go out there, they clean their yard, they do their little stuff, they cut their little grass, they trim their little hedges, and they take the fruit off the tree and put it in a basket, and then put the basket outside of the fence to keep your ass out their yard, okay? And then but you still can have something, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, you guys, I'm about to take a little break, because I'm getting ready to head back to the train station in a minute. But anyway, excuse me. So, I don't know, you guys. I'm going to start a new video. I'm going to post this one, but I'm going to start a new one because I just feel like chatting today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.